If you're considering the Samson Q9U microphone for your podcast, streaming, or broadcasting setup, you might want to hold on, because today I'm revealing some surprising problems you probably didn't expect. But here's what shocked me the most. This mic, despite its hype and decent Amazon rating, isn't the perfect all-in-one solution it claims to be. Instead of the seamless pro-level experience promised, there are some major caveats worth knowing before you buy. So if you want crisp, professional audio but hate wasting money on gear that just doesn't deliver, stick around. I'm going to break down the good, the bad, and the what the heck with the Samson Q9U, and by the end, you'll know if it's truly right for you or just another expensive paperweight. Let's start this review by asking you, are you a solo podcaster, streamer, or maybe someone setting up a minimalist home studio? Because the Q9U is marketed as perfect for exactly that. It boasts both USB-C and XLR outputs, so it promises to fit just about any setup. Whether you're plugging directly into your computer for quick recordings or integrating into a more elaborate mixer setup. Sounds ideal, right? But that's where the story gets complicated. This mic claims high-quality professional-grade audio with a 24-bit/96K HZ digital converter, ensuring crisp, detailed sound. Plus, you get zero-latency headphone monitoring, so what you say is exactly what you hear in real time. It sounds fantastic on paper. However, what I discovered is that, in practice, the Q9U delivers a somewhat inconsistent experience, particularly when switching between USB and XLR modes. And here's where my first mini promise comes in. I'll tell you why your $145 investment might actually cost you more in frustration and upgrades if you're not careful. So keep watching if you want to avoid common newbie traps with this mic. Now, the Samson Q9U comes with a cardioid polar pattern, which means it's designed to pick up sound primarily from the front of the mic, reducing background noise. This feature is great in theory for podcasts or streaming where you want your voice to stand out, but the reality is a little less impressive. If your recording environment isn't quiet, or if you move your head off axis even slightly, the mic's sound quality fluctuates noticeably. Suddenly, you're battling interference and muffled audio, which defeats the mic's promise of clean sound. Here's a quick story. I tested the Q9U in a small home office with a moderate amount of ambient noise, fans, keyboards, the usual distractions. And while the cardioid pattern did tone down some background sound, it still picked up enough that I had to do a lot of editing later. For a mic targeting beginners and solo broadcasters, that's a bit of a letdown because not everyone wants to edit audio like a pro. The mic also features a built-in shock mount and dual-layer windscreen to minimize mechanical noise and plosive sounds like pops from P's and B's. And yes, these do help, but I noticed that the shock mount's effectiveness depends heavily on your mounting rig and environment. On a cheap, wobbly mic arm or stand, you'll still get vibrations through the desk or movements, which compromise your audio clarity. So investing in a quality stand is basically a must, and that's an extra expense to consider. But here's where the plot thickens. Because the Q9U's flexibility with both USB and XLR is a double-edged sword. The USB-C option is marketed as plug-and-play with zero driver installation, compatible with Mac and Windows. This sounds fantastic if you're just jumping into recording and want simplicity. However, the USB audio is a bit, let's say, inconsistent. In multiple tests, I encountered sporadic latency despite the manufacturer's zero-latency headphone monitoring claim. This latency can be maddening during live streaming or recording sessions, as it throws off your timing and delivery. Plus, the USB mode sound signature wasn't as warm or natural as I expected from a dynamic microphone with a neodymium magnet capsule. Some recordings came out thin and flat. Let me insert a quick joke here. Why don't microphones ever get invited to parties? Because they tend to pick up on everything. And with the Q9U's sensitivity quirks, sometimes it picks up everything you don't want. Switching to the XLR connection should fix these issues. They say the analog connection is better for professional setups. That's partly true, but it means you need an audio interface or mixer to use this mic properly. If you already have that equipment, then the Q9U's high output saves you from needing external preamps, which is a plus. However, beginners aiming for a simple USB solution might be disappointed that the XLR option is less plug and play and requires more technical know-how and gear. Another hidden snag: the onboard mute switch, while handy, can sometimes cause abrupt cutouts or dropouts, especially when quickly toggling during a live show. It's frustrating to hit mute and realize you've lost sync or have to restart your recording. Smaller things like that add up and affect your recording confidence. Another joke in the mix: how do microphones stay cool? They find their fans, but with the Q9U, you might find yourself needing a fan just to cool down after dealing with finicky audio issues. Now let's talk build quality. The Samson Q9U feels solid: metal body, rugged design, and accessories like a mic clip and USB-C cable included. For the price point, you're not getting a flimsy piece of plastic, which is reassuring. However, durability isn't everything. The problem lies more in performance consistency rather than physical build. So if you're someone looking for a dependable mic right out of the box for streaming or podcasting, especially if you're a beginner relying on USB, the Q9U might leave you wanting. But if you're an audio enthusiast with some existing mixer or interface gear, or planning to build a more elaborate recording space, it has potential to deliver excellent sound, provided you fine-tune your setup. Rehook time. Wondering if there's a way to bypass these issues without breaking the bank? Keep watching, because I'm about to talk about alternatives and how you can make the Samson Q9U work for you. Let's quickly address the elephant in the room. The Amazon rating of 4.3 stars isn't bad, but it masks mixed experiences. Many users praise the mic for its versatility and professional features at a competitive price. On the flip side, many reviewers report issues like inconsistent USB connectivity, background noise bleed, and occasional latency. It seems the Q9U requires patience and some technical savvy to truly shine. Definitely not a set-it-and-forget-it product. For those wondering about overall sound quality, when dialed in properly and in the right environment, the Q9U does produce a rich and clear voice recording with good plosive control and minimal mechanical noise. The combination of the dual-layer windscreen and cardioid pattern gives vocals a warm, focused sound ideal for broadcasting. But achieving this sweet spot is where many fall short on their first try. Now, the other added bonus is no driver installation needed for USB, making it truly plug-and-play on paper. This simplicity is what many beginners want, but it's also a source of frustration because the simplicity is fragile and sometimes buggy. Firmware updates and OS compatibility changes may affect performance over time. Another joke for you: why did the microphone get promoted? Because it had great voices of reason. But with the Q9U, don't expect it to always have your back. Sometimes you'll do the heavy lifting. Before we wrap up, here's what I'd recommend if you're dead set on the Q9U. Use the XLR mode with a decent audio interface and a sturdy shock mount. Record in a quiet, treated space and fine-tune your audio settings. Don't rely solely on USB unless you want to troubleshoot and tweak frequently. Keep your expectations realistic. This isn't a miracle mic, but it's a solid value for the price if used correctly. And finally, the key point: despite its flaws, the Samson Q9U is still a respectable choice for podcasters and streamers looking for a mic that bridges beginner and intermediate levels. It just demands a bit more patience and setup effort than some newer, fully plug-and-play USB mics on the market. So what's the takeaway? Don't rush to buy the Samson Q9U just because of the flashy specs and dual connectivity. Think about your setup, your patience for technical quirks, and your recording environment. If you're ready for a bit of a learning curve and you want a dynamic mic with both USB and XLR options, the Q9U can deliver professional results. Otherwise, you might want to explore alternatives. If you want the best possible price on the Samson Q9U right now, check the link in the description below. Prices fluctuate quickly, so if this mic fits your needs, snap it up while the deal lasts. Remember, investing some time in setup and environment control will make all the difference with this microphone. To sum it all up, the Samson Q9U isn't a mic you buy blindly. It's a mic you buy prepared, knowing its perks and pitfalls. But with some technical savvy and a quiet recording space, it can definitely help you elevate your broadcasts and podcasts to a professional level without breaking the bank. So, whether you're a beginner willing to learn or an audio enthusiast upgrading your rig, the Q9U deserves a spot on your shortlist. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more honest reviews, and hit that link below for the most current Samson Q9U deals on Amazon before prices jump. Happy recording, and may your voice always come through loud and clear.